Wow, that was powerful. And I love, you call it the fiddle or the violin? It's really the same thing. So in a moment, Doug is going to be finishing up on the Sermon on the Mount on the Sermon on the Mount series with the Golden Rule. And I watched Doug transition from week to week and from point to point. And then I give that same message over at the hospital across the street. So I use Doug, and he knows I use him, so it's okay. I'm particularly interested, though, this week, because the Golden Rule is just so important to how we should treat others. And when I'm driving, I need to treat others how I would want to be treated, not yell at them. I remember a period of time, and I believe it was probably the year 2000, when I sang backup vocals in a church band, and at the same time I was traveling long distances for work, where I had some road rage, and I didn't get out of my car and beat anybody up, but I do remember screaming inside of my car. And when I did, my voice would go out, and I couldn't sing. And to this day now, the consequence of me doing that is that my voice range went from up here to down here. So my range has shallowed, and my voice is damaged because of it. God was saying to me that I don't want you offering up your voice with that same voice that you're screaming at your brother with. And it was a turning point, for me. It seems so hard for me, though, to go on the straight and narrow. If you heard day 17 of 21 of prayer, the days of prayer, I spoke with Lauren Janetsky and Michelle Coranda, and I talked about the Greek word for narrow that I was trying to go on. And the Greek word for narrow and straight in Matthew 7:13 through 14 is stenos, and which is straight and narrow from the obstacles that were standing about. The door isn't narrow. The obstacles, you need to go straight to the door. And the door is actually quite large. God doesn't want anybody to perish. But the obstacles and the distractions cause the narrowness in our lives. And if you think about it, the door is very inclusive. The obstacles and the distractions are exclusive. So the distractions exclude people. We get our medical term stenosis from the same word. Stenosis means a narrowing of the diameter of the canal due to degenerative changes, or a narrowing of the diameter of an artery due to plaque buildup. There's other stuff in the space that doesn't belong, which leaves less space for the what was originally designed for that. And then Paul replays this at the Last Supper in 1 Corinthians chapter 11. But before he does, he brings up a sharp rebuke when he says, in the first place, when you come together as a church, I hear that divisions exist among you. And in part, I believe it. This is what Paul is saying. For there must also be factions among you, so that those who are approved may become evident among you. He's being a little sarcastic with these people at this point. Therefore, when you meet together, it's not to eat the Lord's Supper. For in your eating, each one takes his own supper first, and one is hungry, and another is drunk. What? He says, what? Do you not have houses in which you can eat and drink, or do you despise the church of God and shame those who have nothing? What shall I say to you? Shall I praise you? In this I will not praise you. So these people were not treating each other in the way they would want to be treated. So when we take communion together today, think about the reconciliation that needs to happen in your life before you offer your gifts to God. If you're not a believer yet, sit back. Enjoy this process. Enjoy watching this. I love this church because really of this whole process that we go, we love each other. Enjoy watching Christian brothers and sisters enjoying each other, meeting each other, and treating each other the way they would want to be treated.